Novak Djokovic-led PTPA chief rips into anti-doping system for unjustly targeting Jannik Sinner amid reform uproar. Jannik Sinner is back in the spotlight, despite his 3-month doping ban. The PTPA's recent legal action against the Tennis Federation has reignited the controversy surrounding his case. On Tuesday, it was confirmed that the PTPA is taking on the ATP, WTA, ITF, and ITIA in a sweeping lawsuit. The 163-page document highlights several key issues, including Sinner's doping saga. While its co-founder Novak Djokovic had previously called out the favoritism shown to the world number one when his suspension was announced. But now, 2 days later, PTPA's Ahmed Nasser is here to clear the air on Sinner's mention in the document. What does he have to say? For the unversed, the world number one tested positive for the banned steroid clostebol twice in March 2024. Initially, the ITIA cleared him of any fault or negligence in August 2024. However, a legal battle with WADA ensued, resulting in a 3-month suspension in February 2025. The PTPA's filing criticized the process behind Sinner's case, sparking accusations that it indirectly targeted the Italian's lack of complaint against the ATP. In an interview with Tennis, PTPA Executive Director Ahmed Nasser clarified the situation. He stated, "I've been consistent and clear on Jannik's case. He was treated unfairly by an out-of-control, illegal, and not fit-for-purpose anti-doping program." Nasser emphasized that Sinner is also a victim of the flawed system. For context, the PTPA exposed the ITIA's heavy-handed approach as arbitrary and selective. Sinner's double positives were initially dismissed, only to resurface with a 3-month ban. This contrasts sharply with Simona Halep's initial 4-year ban, later reduced to 9 months. The ITIA's leniency towards Sinner, citing an accidental application by his former physiotherapist, sparked outrage over unfair treatment. But Nasser affirmed that the PTPA's goal is fairness for all players. He said, "Our solution here is not to treat him more unfairly, in line with other players. Nor is the solution even to treat other players as unfairly as Jannik. Our solution is to treat all players fairly." Not only that, he also highlighted the prolonged nature of Sinner's case, which began in March 2024 and concluded in February 2025, giving the Italian a 3-month suspension from February 9th to May 4th. Nasser questioned how a case with no fault or negligence could drag on for nearly a year and still result in a suspension. He asked, if someone is not at fault, as adjudicated by the ITIA and WADA, how is it possible that the case still took nearly a year to be resolved and still resulted in a 3-month suspension that is still being served as we speak? Interestingly, even WADA's general counsel, Ross Wenzel, told BBC Sport that Sinner's case was a million miles away from doping after the ban was implemented, noting that this was not a case of intentional doping or microdosing, which is perhaps why Ahmed reiterated his stance with the PTPA, saying, "The system is not working and must change." Now, the conclusion of this case is yet to be seen. On the other hand, this isn't the first time the org has mentioned Jannik's doping controversy. In fact, previously, Djokovic and Nasser criticized WADA's decision to reopen Sinner's case in October. Back in October 2024, Ahmed Nasser, executive director of the PTPA, echoed Novak Djokovic's sentiments about the sport's bias system. Nasser emphasized, "The system is so biased against the players, as well as suboptimal for fans and media and other commercial partners. I'm asking for a 10-year plan because tennis needs a revamp and nobody seems to have an answer for where we are going next." This call for reform was just the beginning. Fast forward to February 15, 2025, when Sinner's 3-month ban was announced. Novak Djokovic was among those criticizing the handling of doping cases, accusing authorities of favoritism towards top players. Djokovic noted, "It's not a good image for our sport, that's for sure." He highlighted Sinner's case and that of Iga Swiatek, who received a 1-month ban. Djokovic added, "There is a consensus, or I would say a majority of the players that I've talked to in the locker room, not just in the last few days but also the last few months, they are not happy with the way this whole process has been handled." As the drama unfolds, Sinner is set to return to the court at the Hamburg Open in May, while the tennis world waits with bated breath for the outcome of this legal showdown. Will this lead to meaningful change? Only time will tell.